Hello friends, let's start with this video. A series that will be dedicated to professional RecMin. Let's see in this video and how it can make a 3D model in a pretty way, easy, to join several lines or two lines. In this case, we have the same options as we have in the free. We have the options to look for maximums and minimum, that is, to make maximum fits and minimums in any of the three main axes. In this case, as we see, it goes in the direction, or the body goes east-west, then we could choose the maximum Z, the minimum Z, or the maximum I, the minimum I, as zones of lace in practically all lines. As you can see, they are pretty simple lines. Round and would not be very complicated, right? Come, you see, we can select two lines, we can tell him to use those criteria. Go back and we see that it does not fit. We can also select do everything, which is the most powerful part, as it is. In this case, we leave the maximum Z or the minimum Z as zones of lace, as lace points so that it orient the unions and as we see them do. Altogether, in cases like this it makes it perfect at first. You could select a part, unite them in groups, join the difficult first and then join the others, as you see. In this case, it has been pretty good. We would be to close the body by the sides. How can we close them? So one way or the more common is simply duplicate or copy the last line to the extreme. Let's suppose that the last section is repeated. We do a copy and paste. When we make a copy and stick in the professional RecMin as it is going to paste in the same place, we just have to copy and move it. Well, we have selected the two bodies, we have to select only the line, right? We select the line. Then we copy and move it and we have repeated in the place we want to be able to do it again. We can move it now in another direction. Every time we move something in the professional, where in 3D movements are always perpendicular to the direction of the view we have. Now we join both lines. And we just have to close it, filling it with triangulation, with mesh, which is the option. We see there, right? You have to take into account the front face or the back face of the triangulations, because it can happen that we stay on the side forward internally, then it would not come out. Very good. Well, let's close here this face to finish this body, as we see. We invest, we will see that we will see more. Of course, it's upside down and as one is also the other way around. We leave all correctly. This time if we invest it, then it is more dark. It does not matter from a point of calculation geometric view, but if from uneven point of view to make it look better. Good. Now we have united the three, we have merged them. We select and merge and now we have said that one smoothing groups. When we join bodies, the smoothed each one are independent. No, if we want this all softened without taking into account, that is to say, a common smoothing for everything, because we would do it this way. Now let's see another way. This is what is new to close a body. As we see down there, we have several options. Would close it with rounded shape. We have to define the mesh size. We'll fill in points where we are going to do a maya of triangles with a size, and then we also define the radius of rotation that we want, some edges in the distance that we want that separate to increase the turn, right? Let's do it now also on this side. For one side will be, if we are not clear on what is the sense of the lines, we go to the opposite side, right? It was for the opposite side, we fixed it. We move back and we repeat it by giving it inverse so that it goes by the other side. There we see the wire as it would look. The separation, the turning area, the separation. between points, as we see one of the powerful options that RecMin now has is that of move as groups of points of triangles that move them in solidarity, as what we did earlier. Let's remember that this is below. We can close them. And we can also move groups of vertices and groups of triangles too. Well, now we just have to join the three triangulations, the neutrals and the sides, to make it a unique one, and we're going to remove the visualization of the lines, and there we see the limit that I am between the two triangulations that we unite. That limit is because the groups that we have softened are independent. If we want that is the same, we select the one. And we finished, right? Well, now we see another case where it is not so easy. We no longer have lines as easy as the previous one, where we see that the sections are pretty together, very unequal, the zones inside. Let's see that you have an area too. Up and down, it is divided. If we try to unite it all at once, because it will come out very complicated, one goes crazy looking for what is the order of the lines in the area that has two lines. Well, he's going to see one for another and the area remains. That will come out. Well, we can try first. Make the area that goes to the side. Look for the areas that have continuity, that are very similar, and well, more or less we are united, because I'll already tell you that this body is very irregular. And it changes a lot from one section to another basically. And now we can go to the other side that also it has a single line per section. We select it. And we are going to join them too. To do first the areas that are easier, right? In the triangulation criterion, as we see. So we have, since I use the maximums in X, I say in Y and Z, and the minimums also for do those groupings too, and good more or less. Also, to do it right, we should go carefully, one by one, to see how it is, seeing if there are any, but good in a way to see how it works. Let's do it as quickly as possible and stop at what we are interested. Let's join these two. It seems that by these criteria goes well. This, you see how it is divided down there, it comes out up, going out to the right, came out quite irregular at the moment. We join another, and it seems that it is not so good anymore. That I point. How are we going to solve these problems when the lines are irregular? Well, I recommend that you take or open this other free or pro section, because we know that in the free also has some parts important, powerful to do things. That is, have copied. I have opened another section of the professional and I pasted them on the other. That is, I have only these two lines, not so many lines there. I do not know where I'm going, right? I open a new one in the free and I do the same. The paste in the free, when we go through the lines, they go to move to surfaces. We know that the lines, to make it join between lines, we have to do as lines. We just have to move from set to line, I guess. In short, we will put the one that can stick the polylineous as lines or as surfaces. That is optional, right? And good. Now we can in this try with the same options, very similar, but hey, we have only those two, cleaner, and we can try it out. Let's go to tell him that those two triangulations, I have two lines. Let's take the maximums in Z and in the direction north, or in X, and see how it was. Well, it's not so bad. If it seems that there is an area there, here it seems that this, well, you have to take into account that it's very irregular, right? We will give it for good. We copy it, we paste it here, and we have done. Let's try to do it with one more. Make it more difficult, or that, well, that was quite changeable, right? But it came out well at first, so you do not have to put lines of two. Now it seems that join them. Well, you are. Well, now I'm going to join two others. This is very bad. We will use the same. We are going to copy it and we will try to fix it. Well, this time with the professional we will do. Otherwise, we will ask that you separate us into a node. With another, right? One that is redder in color. There is a series of fingers down. The other does not have them. Well, if we make a union without more, as we see this there is no way, right? We have to start using criteria too that they can unite them, apart from the maximum and minimums that we already explained. We also have the option to put the same as we have in the free RecMin, the lines that will force us to join some vertices of one line with the others. Here we go. To do also, it can be that we are going to call as auxiliary line. Let's draw auxiliary lines. Let's tell you that a that point above with this one here, for example. Let's find another that can be said that we see this or this with that, for example, according to. As we want to close it, sometimes we have to have a count as is the following line with the previous one, so you have to know how it's staying, is not it? It's not easy to do it, but at least we have to leave. We are going to join that with that too, and down here too. On this side we are going to tell you two unions that will help the program to go zoning. And then between two union vertices, so make a proportional tower. Because you know there's another option, but I'm going to make it proportional. That is, if it's already traveled a lateral on a line or a percentage that takes more or less half or more. Close if it is not selected, good more or less we state well, but here below we see that extends evenness with this. I think it's pretty bad there. We have to fix it. For that part, this one here seems like I'm fine. The one above we're going to move towards back, and we're going to increase one more point down there. A more auxiliary line, for example. Let's to join that with that. Let's try again. To stop joining lines we just press the right button and we select the two lines. To join again, we can select the option here in the panel or on the menu. Contextualing now that I improve enough. And well, it's good enough now, right? Give for valid, we will change color so that it is seen. We are going to copy it and we pass. On the other side, right? If we had to do everything this here with all this mess of lines and surfaces and triangles, good here. We see that the next one has as a division in the middle, right? And then they all have a line, up and down, that is, the body is divided in two, and here we are going to join these two. Because they are still one, we will validate that, and here we see that also they are divided, right? We have all these up and below. We're going to try to merge the ones above, leaving the same criteria, maximum and minimum. That seems to be working. I repeat, if we want to do it well, we have to be careful. In more detail, right? The goal is for you to use the options that there are. Good to unite these two. Still down here, I did not select that blue. We select it, and well, let's give it for valid. We will do the same thing above. This one, and we will give it for good. Once you have a hole here in the middle, here we have a division line. Because I already divided them, these two are still together. From now on we have to divide this in two to join the one above with the one above and the one below with the one below, the same in this place. Then, how is that done? We select the line. First we have to divide it. And we can do it on the free or on the pro. Now let's do the same. Let's go to divide it. We do it in a new section. We are going to do it this time in that free. Well, the line does not look very good because of the color, but good, that line we have to divide. more or less around here, because of the way the others, as it is a surface we had. Line, we make a line, we erase the surface that we had, and we're going to delete segments. We erase those two with the option that we have. To divide into continuous has divided us into one up and another one down. We closed the blue, for example, the green one, and we already have the top one closed. Then we draw one for close the blue, a new one, a line joining that fits in the vertex to be continuous. We join the blue one in this one that we just drew, and we have a closed top line and another bottom line closed. Both together are exactly the big line, the total line. We have joined it with the previous section. And now we're going to start joining those below with those at the bottom, and those at the top with those at the top. And so we have an exact continuity with the model. That is, the model goes from being one body to two bodies, one up and another down. Well, then now I stick it, and I have the one on the bottom and the one on the top, and you saw as we had before. I select it below one, and as I stay perfectly join the one below, then I do the same as the one above with the one above. The one and time that is already united is perfect. We do the same with the previous one. It's already divided in two, the same as we did in this one. You have to do it in two. I will not repeat it. 1 2 from above in time, as it is perfect that division of body in two in the same with the one below. Well, we've already done it, right? We would now need to close on the sides. We can close quickly with the option to make a rounded closure, giving there. In the default parameters, we can leave those that there are or change them. We can try them. You know that the professional has the option of going backwards. I have to go closing them a very fast way without problems. That is, if we make a mistake, we can give it back 1, 2, up to 100 times. 100 times is programmed by default, but the configuration can be put into, in the configuration, in the preferences. Well, we have given, I have outgoing there. Online, we can change as we discussed before. How is the mesh with the separation? And a turning radius, if it's a very small radius, once the same section is finished. If it's a big radio, it is more rounded, is not it, and good. We are going to select, in this case, to move it. So you can see another example of the options. There is, you have to be careful when you move vertex in the lace options. If we have selected the lace, sometimes hits us jumps because he's looking to see if it's to fit. If we did not want to fit him, we have to remove it, right? But well, we repeat on the other side. To see how it goes, in this case, we stay inside. You see, we have made a mistake. We press back. We tell you that in the opposite direction. We repeat, and now we order ourselves for the right side. It's already made the closure. We check that it is. Well, why good? Sometimes with geometries complicated, we may have to intervene and make some changes. See how it is. We can give already as valid. I suppose it is sure that there are areas not finished, but good. We have done it so that you take what is important. We now select all the different meshes. What we have done, we unite them, here once. Gathered, smoothing groups. Let's remove the lines, and join the groups. Smoothing, it is perfect, according to this case. What we want, right? Well, let's select all the triangulations. Now let's merge We still have those above. We were doing in various ways. We merged. It is already a unique one. We are going to leave only one group. Smoothing so that we have new areas. We see that there is a very regular body. There is a line there that we do not remove, but good. The body is irregular and we did it very fast. It could be improved a lot, right? Well, now let's see some options more respect. How can we use the rounded closure, right? The new option that we had, well, we have united. Two lines here quite irregular, and what we have done without putting auxiliary lines that they fit us. Well, it does not look very good. You have to change these when they go bad. The other are acceptable, but let's go back. And we are going to put some auxiliary line to help us to make it more beautiful. This with this, for example, let's join these as I do not look very well. The other if it looks pretty good. As it is not so irregular, it was good. We can leave it like that, and now we're going to close as if was a body. Let's imagine that you finish. Make that shape of bodies are what we are representing, and we are going to select one. This for example, and we are going to change here the parameters, both the size of the mesh. Let's leave it like that with 50, 50. Have as we have left. It should take a little while. But it does not take long either. Now what? Made, right? Have you solved by making a regular tape? Taking into account that staggered knot. They are in the same plane, all on the line, right? Once you make steps, the typical thing is in surveys that although they are in the same section, they do not go in the same direction, and good. It has been pretty good and well closed, right? We can repeat the same now with the other. We do not know in which direction. Let's see if they go to the right or yes, and we have to change for the other side, right? Well, it seems that it's okay. We're going to take the solid mode. There we have removed the smooth and time that. He did it perfectly. Now, you close it. No. Then we will merge. We will remove the lines, and now let's remove what modify it. So you can see how it looks. It's a very simple way. You can finish. Now by groups, with an interpretation perhaps more realistic, right? Well, let's see now how. I commented to them, you can also move a body, although it is already closed and finished, and can happen that some incomplete area we want siphon it or change something or put it together. Body so that they go completely together. That is, in continuity one of the other. We can edit as we saw before the vertices without move them, but we can also join the triangles. For example, who will select a few triangles, and I'm going to move them. As you see, they move just as the vertices jointly, all those who depend. As you see, it is very powerful. We can do what we want practically with any mesh of this type. Here, for example, this vertex that we stay there, we can move it, download it, or let us stay there. Well, I hope you liked it. You know that any doubt you can consult us to the web page.